Good evening, everyone. Today is the 5th of August, and we're talking about the August monthly specials for doTERRA. And we're also talking about a topic that's near and dear to my heart, which is previewing the week ahead. And we're going to talk a little bit about why we do this, why it's so important, what we want to, what we attempt to accomplish by doing this. It's funny, my son was telling me the other day that we were riding in the car, my son, my husband, and I was on the phone with someone from, I guess, from the team. And even though they couldn't see me because I wasn't on Facebook, I was gesturing with my hands as I always do. So those of you who get to see me live know that I love to use my hands. It's part of my way of punctuating a point. So anyway, in that vein, I want to make sure that today we're getting a lot out of today's class, and we've got actually a surprise for those of you who are working in the Philippine market. As I get about halfway through, you're going to see that there's a wonderful surprise for today. So hold on, I'm going to share my screen with you. And if you don't already know, whoops, oh my goodness, thank you for being here. That's a little too far. If you don't already know, I'm here to tell you that each week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which for those of you in Southeast Asia is going to be 8:30 a.m. Singapore time, I am hosting a goal-setting webinar, goal-setting Zoom right here, not on the same number, so you're going to have to watch your team calls to find out about it. I have been sending out an email, and a couple of you have contacted me about wanting to get on. If you would like to get on, please add your email into the comments, into the chat if you haven't gotten an email. And Megan, I see that you're on this morning, so I know you got your email. That's terrific. For those of you who haven't gotten an email, we're in the process of adding everybody. And if you're interested in that second Zoom call, then please add your name. It is a limited time offer. It is only 12 weeks live, but all of the Zooms are being posted on my YouTube channel. And in case you don't know, everything that I do is under my name. So my YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, they're all Elena Jordan, and you can find information about most of the things that I do right there. I want to say thank you to our Presidential Diamond team. This has been an amazing 30 days that we've had, and really this whole quarter, we have just blown it out of the water. And I really want to attribute that to the fact that we are focusing on our goals. We all set goals for ourselves back in the first week of June when it was my birthday. Happy birthday. It was sort of a happy birthday gift to me. But what happened was it became a happy birthday gift to the whole team, an idea that we were all focusing and really beginning to look at where did we want to go and how were we going to get there. And in the short analysis, we were super successful. In the longer bit analysis, what we did was we broke down the things that we wanted to accomplish into manageable bites. And I'm here to tell you that we have had some amazing success stories. In the month of July, we actually had one new blue diamond. Congratulations, Mian Fu. And we had several diamonds. Congratulations, Michelle Young. And we also had some platinums and some other really spectacular rank advancements. Many of you may know these people, some of you may not. Some of the people that rank advanced this past month are very private. They prefer not to be announced publicly, but whether I'm announcing you publicly or privately, I want you to know that I'm super proud of you, and you are inspiring me to do bigger and better things and to really become a better leader for this team, because my goal is to be in service to all of you, and the only way that I can do that is to be able to grow myself. Okay, so we're talking about August monthly specials and previewing the week ahead. Why is it so important? And then at the very end, I have a super cool announcement. So hold on, don't get off. The last thing I want to mention to you is we've had a little bit of trouble with delivering of prizes to Singapore. They should be there very soon, but I we'll make sure that everybody gets their prize. In case you haven't gotten your prize, there's been a little bit of delay in shipping. We actually heard that the prizes had arrived in Singapore at 1:44 yesterday morning. So we're hoping that hopefully today or the next couple of days we'll be seeing those prizes and have them available. So stay tuned. Okay, as you know, the ideas expressed in this presentation are from the book, Essential Oils Healthcare for Today, A Beginner's Guide, fondly known as the LRP book. It's the top 50 health issues from A to Z. And if you're a new market, AKA the Philippines, this is a great book for you to get started with and to introduce to new people. It does have all the products that are going to be available in your market as you get started. Okay, first things first, US or NFR? Number one, 10% off cedar wood. There's nothing exactly like cedar wood. As you know, it comes from a tree that's pretty big and encourages tranquility, peace, and stillness. It's also great for your skin, and it can help to keep pests away. So 10% off in August. Cedar wood can act as a bug repellent, acne-prone skin, itchy, scaly skin, sleep and relaxation, hair and scalp management, focus and learning, brain and memory, and it's the oil of community. I guess because it's a big tree and all of the squirrels and the chipmunks and the birds get to come to the cedarwood tree, that it brings everybody together. It's the oil of community. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, I always encourage you to keep your phones out, because in case you're not going to listen to the whole presentation again, taking a screenshot can help you to remember some of the things that I'm talking about. Okay, product of the month. If you order 125 PV before the 15th of the month, you'll receive laurel leaf. And now some of you are thinking, what the heck is laurel leaf? And what am I going to use it for? Don't worry, we have information for you. Laurel leaf, here we go. It is a small evergreen tree that grows in the Mediterranean, and it was used as a symbol of victory and success in both Greek and Roman cultures, and it's associated with the phases of the moon in contemporary Chinese culture. When these leaves are used in cooking, they are commonly known as bay leaves. So many of you have cooked with bay leaves. I add bay leaves into my soups and stews, and I'm sure you all do the same. I recently heard that if you keep your bay leaves in the freezer instead of the refrigerator or the cabinet, they will stay fresher, longer, and have a better taste. So that's just a tip for my cooks out there. I know some of you are great cooks because I see you, I see your wonderful concoctions and baking masterpieces on Instagram and on Facebook. Suyin, it's a quick shout out to you, and a couple of others of you. I've seen your stuff on social media, and it is amazing. So when steam distilled, they produce a powerfully fragrant essential oil that has substantial cleansing and soothing properties. The two primary constituents of laurel leaf are 1,8-cinnalol and alpha-terpenol acetate. Now, while that's not necessarily important to you, if you're one of the people that are using the chemistry wheel, and we've talked about that many times before, and we're going to bring it back up again in September right after convention, you may want to look on your chemistry wheel and see what other oils have those constituents. Again, please take out your phone and take a photograph of this if it's going to help you. Combination is strong, herbaceous, slightly spicy aroma, and can be used in a variety of aromatic, topical, and internal contexts. So promote feelings of clear thinking and concentration. So I'd probably add it into a diffuser blend. Due to its soothing properties, it's great for a massage. And because of the rich concentration of 1,8-cinnalol, it's a powerful cleanser when applied topically to skin or on surfaces. So you have something that will not go away. Actually, I have to tell you, my son has been driving my car, and recently he brought it home. Now I'm going to lower my voice so my husband doesn't hear me. There's a big red streak on one side of my car, and my car is white. And I have tried everything, lemon oil, just everything without actually scratching the car. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to try my laurel leaf and see if that works. I imagine that it was another car that just kind of dragged the door along. I don't know. My son drives the car to school, and who knows what goes on there. But cross your fingers for me, please. So how do I use laurel leaf? I diffuse it to sustain focus while working on a difficult school or work project. I can start my day off by putting a few drops on the shower floor. I can add 1 to 2 drops to my Deep Blue Rub for muscles and joints. I can add it to an Aroma Touch hand technique if I'm doing that for a friend or a colleague or some of the more charitable ventures that many of you are involved in. I can add 1 to 2 drops to a moisturizer to cleanse and revitalize the skin. And then finally add it to my all-purpose cleaner to boost the surface cleansing properties. So lots of ways to use it. It's a 5 milliliter bottle. If you've already gotten yours and you're using it, let me know because I really want to hear. Okay, Precious Petals. Do you know that this has been extended now until the end of August? Don't miss your chance to earn these exclusive oils. When I went on last night and I checked July, I did not also check August, I noticed that the top enrollers for July were Tanya Lai, Michelle Young, Wei Cheng Young, and Bilay Tay. And I want to tell you, congratulations, ladies. I think these are all ladies, maybe one gentleman there. You're doing a wonderful job, and all of you have not yet earned the 3 oils. Some of you have, because Tanya, you have absolutely earned the 3 oils. And I will say, and if I can just insert myself into this for a second, I'm actually between Tanya and Michelle. So I'm the number 2 enroller for the month on the whole team. So I'm encouraging you to beat me. I want to hear someone who wins it twice, because you can actually win this twice. Can you believe it? So congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, whoever else is up there. And a few more of you I know are going to win at least one of these oils, but keep going. These are great, great prizes. Specials in Singapore. Okay, here we go. Save 10% in August on rosemary. It soothes the skin and scalp, repels insects naturally, and can reduce occasional fatigue. It's also terrific for the brain. When we think of things like any sort of brain or spectrum disorder, we're thinking of ADD, ADHD, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. We want to think rosemary, rosemary, rosemary. So we want to diffuse it while studying. We want to diffuse it for maybe elderly people. I use it on my mom all the time. She applies it directly to the base of her, or to her neck at the base of the skull. You can combine it with Epsom salts and frankincense for a delicious bath, or with wintergreen and a body lotion for a massage experience. But rosemary is a wonderful oil. Okay, product of the month in Singapore is Balance, a 5 milliliter Balance when you order 125 PV. We all know, many of us, at least who've been around for a while, have been using Balance almost every day, if not every day. You can begin your day by applying it to the bottom of your feet to promote feelings of calmness and tranquility, to start your day. Set yourself up right and apply to your wrists and neck to help ease anxious feelings. You can also use it in your car during road trips. I actually like to blend Balance with other oils because it has fractionated coconut oil. So it's one of those original oils that had fractionated coconut oil. And I've gotten into the habit of blending 1 drop of Balance with 1 drop of, frankincense or maybe a citrus oil, so that I get that smoothing and also the moisturizing properties of the fractionated coconut oil that's in the Balance, and I'm actually able to glue those oils in place and slow down the delivery. So just keep that in mind when you're using your Balance in the weeks ahead. Okay, this basically reiterates rosemary Balance, but the other interesting thing is in Singapore, they have an enrollment promotion. If you enroll with a minimum 100 PV, and you will receive a red mandarin, 15 milliliter red mandarin, and enroll with a minimum 200 PV and receive a red mandarin and a lavender piece. So these are great enrollment promotions. And here's the terrific thing. The person who is enrolling will get these promotions, and then the enroller will qualify and earn additional points to get the 3 special oils if you're part of that enrollment promotion. Okay, Malaysia, here we go. Specials, rosemary again, save 10% in August. Benefits of rosemary, let's talk about that for a little bit. Supports healthy digestion, respiratory function, helps reduce nervous tension and fatigue. I actually put together a blend in my office the other day. I've told this story many times, but I keep a big, powerful diffuser in my office, and I mix up different sorts of diffuser blends all the time. Most of the time, I don't write them down. I use oils that have already been opened from either from my oils case or from a stash of opened bottles that I have that I've used at different shows. And sometimes I kind of lose track. And this time I actually put rosemary in there. And I was very happy that I did. It gave sort of a warm, herbaceous aroma in my office, and I like that. And I think I'll blend in rosemary in the future. I tend to think of it as something to be used in the fall, and it has for me remembrances of my childhood, of cooking and of aromas in my mom's kitchen growing up. So I don't always associate it with memory, but I know that I should. The emotional benefits for rosemary, mental expansion, insight, clarity, can be used during any sort of transition or change. Many of us are going through different sorts of transition in our lives, whether you're becoming an empty nester, your kids are growing up and moving away, or perhaps you have a new baby in the house. We've got a lot of new moms on this team now, and people that are having their, I don't know, second, third, fourth, or beyond new baby. And then also people that are building their teams, really getting out there and stepping up in a new way, becoming a CEO, a chief executive officer of a really big team is a demanding and yet extremely rewarding proposition. I would suggest you using rosemary, because these are the times when we need to memorize a lot of different information. We have to keep our balance, if you will, and make sure that we're doing things in a thoughtful and also a concerted effort, not only for our own benefit, but for the benefit of the whole team. Instead of burying any kinds of sadness or frustrating emotions, you can use your rosemary. And in doing so, it can create both a sense of trust in the process of life, as well as confidence in our ability to navigate it with ease. Rosemary blends well with basil, frankincense, lavender, peppermint, and eucalyptus. In addition to rosemary essential oil, also consider trying eucalyptus and bergamot. And those three together are particularly lovely. Okay, August promotion of the month, again in Malaysia, our 5 milliliter balance. And then finally, Relax and Renew is also available. Enrollment promotion is also available in Malaysia. So receive a red mandarin when you enroll, and receive a red mandarin and a lavender piece if you enroll with 200 PV. Okay. So I wanted to give you a couple of DIYs from the blog. I didn't know if you've seen these. I haven't shown these on this call before. Balance shower tablets. This is kind of an interesting concept. A lot of us take a shower and we kind of run in, use maybe the doTERRA bath and shower gel, and then zip out again. What the bath bombs do is you can actually take a bath bomb and lay it on the floor of the shower. And as the water runs, the bath bomb begins to disperse, and then the aroma of whatever essential oil is in there can actually be diffused throughout the entire bathroom. It's a wonderful way for us to get a lot of a concentrated burst, if you will, of essential oils. So the bath bombs is a great DIY. I know also some terrific people love to do DIYs, and I want to make sure that you have a terrific recipe. Here we go. So really easy, 1.5 cups baking soda, 15 to 20 drops of doTERRA Balance, and a 1/2 cup of water. And for all my my metric people out there, if you could convert the 1.5 cups baking soda and the 1/2 cup water for us, that would be great. So you're going to combine the baking soda and the water, mix it up well, and then you're using a spoon. You're going to tap it into a silicone or an ice mold. So I know you've seen these before. The reason you want to use silicone is that you don't want them to break as they're popping out. Use 1 or 2 tablets in the back of the shower. Find a spot away from the direct flow of water and allow the tablets to dissolve gradually and release the calming aroma of balance. Philippines! Can you believe it? we have an OTG for the Philippines. I'm so excited. So we always have US, Singapore, and Malaysia. And this week, for the first time, congratulations, Philippines, you have your own specials. I'm so proud of you. And I just wanted you to know, I know everybody in the chat, we really want to give a big hands up and a congratulations to the Philippines. They are open for business. So here are OTG specials for the Philippines. Dream Fresh. So enroll with a 100 PV order and get a Citrus Bliss 15 milliliters. Enroll with a 200 PV order and get a Citrus Bliss and a Serenity, July 16th to August 31st. This is really good news. So I actually have a few people, I had quite a few enrollments last month in the Philippines. I want to congratulate everybody who's working so hard in the Philippines. And this is really, this is a testament to your hard work and your dedication. Okay, how do we use Citrus Bliss? For my old hands here, you may be saying, oh, come on, we all know how to use Citrus Bliss. However, this is a new market. I want to go back and I want to re-emphasize, how do we use Citrus Bliss? Diffuse it to help lift the mood. Put a drop on your wrist and then rub your two wrists together for great everyday perfume. Add 2 to 3 drops to dry your sheets to add a refreshing aroma to your laundry. Now, we don't recommend traditional or commercial dryer sheets. Make your own at home with a small piece of fabric or a washcloth. You can just drop the essential oil right on that piece of fabric and then throw it into your dryer. And then you can combine Citrus Bliss with fractionated coconut oil for a cheerful hand massage. Congratulations, Philippines. So happy to see you're open for business. Here's the other one. Products of the month for them, lemongrass. Free when you place a minimum 125 PV order on a single LRP before August 15th. Terms and conditions apply. But this is wonderful. I know lemongrass, super popular in the Philippines and basically throughout the world, but super popular in Asia. Last but not least, 10% off in August on rosemary. So original price is $1,050 PHP, and the discounted price is $945. So you're going to save P105. Congratulations, everyone. Those are Philippine pesos, by the way. You're going to save 105 pesos, which is quite a lot. Okay, couple more DIYs, and then we're going to go into our final round, which is the preview of the week ahead. I'm trying to talk fast, but I think I'm sticking more or less with our time frame. Here we go. DIY a body wash. Now, we do have a doTERRA body wash, and I know that's very convenient, but occasionally we want to make something different, right? And we want a different smell, or we want something that smells more like us. So here are your, here's your recipe. An 8-ounce glass pump bottle. An 8-ounce, folks, is about 1/4 liter. Half a cup unscented Castile soap, 4 tablespoons vegetable glycerin, 3 tablespoons fractionated coconut oil, 10 drops of your favorite essential oil. You combine the ingredients into a glass pump bottle, add the desired essential oils, and shake to combine. Now, I would also recommend that maybe you save one of your old bottles from the doTERRA body wash, and that would be even more convenient. I personally don't love a glass pump bottle in my shower. Some of you have big, luxurious showers that have a nice, very well appointed shelf. My bathroom is, at least my own bathroom, is a little tricky. The shelf space was not designed right, and I would be really afraid to put a glass pump bottle in there. So if you have an old bottle from the doTERRA body wash, reuse it. You don't have to recycle it, and just throw all the things back in there. Uplifting oils would be grapefruit, lime, eucalyptus, and citrus bliss. You could blend those together. You could use them apart, whatever you feel, and then try to get the right balance for yourself. Calming oils would be lavender, serenity, bergamot, geranium, or Roman chamomile. So if you are a morning showerer, like I tend to be, you probably want your uplifting oils, unless you're very tense in the morning when you get up, and then you want your calming. If you're a night shower or bather, then the calming oils are going to be the ones for you. So just keep that in mind. Again, take a photograph with your camera. This is for you. And for all my metric people, please convert this for me. Okay, Here's a reed diffuser. Now, I haven't showed this in a while, but this is kind of fun, how to make a reed diffuser. I did have one of these in the past. It got a little bit messy. I will also tell you that the trick is every 6 months or so, you need to take all the sticks and just turn them upside down, because eventually the bottoms of the sticks, they don't transmit as well as they should. And by turning all the sticks upside down, you get the nice moist sticks up at the top, and you allow the bottoms to reignite and get moistened. So you're going to use 1/4 cup of fractionated coconut oil, 15 drops of your 15 favorite essential oils, and reed diffuser sticks. You're going to put the fractionated coconut oil and the essential oils into a glass container. In this case, glass is really nice because it can be, as you can see here, decorative glass that goes with your decor. Any color that you have in your house can be used. The diffuser sticks can be purchased on Amazon or in any kind of DIY store. In the United States, we have a big chain called Michaels. Michaels is I don't know, it's a craft store, I guess. We have a couple of others, but I'm sure there are places where you have craft stores near where you live. And it can take up to 1 day for the essential oil blend to make its way up the diffuser for you to smell. So don't despair. Elevation is a great one for this one, but you can really make whatever blend you want, including the blends that you just saw in the body wash. Okay, lemongrass and eucalyptus room spray. Let me tell you, I have made this and I've put it in my own bathroom, actually in the powder room on my first floor, and I love it. And everybody who comes into my house loves it. I used to buy a very expensive spray from Joe Malone, and the price kept going up, and I knew that it wasn't pure. And even though I love the spray, I could not justify spending that much for a spray, which was basically a lot of water and a little bit of alcohol and some drops of essence. So I started making my own, and this is what I use. And I actually have added a drop or two of peppermint from time to time because I find it makes the scent really bright and fresh. But this is a great one too. 1/4 cup of witch hazel, 1/2 cup of distilled water, a funnel, a spray bottle, 200 milliliter spray bottle. Finally, they're using metric here. Lemongrass, 5 drops lemongrass, and 5 drops of eucalyptus. Now, I don't know if the water has to be distilled. I have to say, in my sprayer bottle, I never use distilled water, and we have very hard, meaning we have a lot of minerals in our water. I live in a house that has a well, and so and we have filtered well water. So while our water is very fresh and clean, it makes a lot of deposits of minerals, whether it's in the shower or in the dishwasher or the washing machine. But it has never clogged the sprayer bottle as long as I've had it, and it's been in use for at least 2 years. So distilled water, maybe yes, maybe no. Perhaps the distilled water will emulsify the essential oils better than standard water. Also, I can't testify to that. So test it out. If you want to use tap water, go right ahead. Nothing's going to happen. What's the worst thing that can happen? You've wasted 10 drops of essential oil. But have fun with this and post in the comments and let me know, have you made a sprayer before? I'd love to hear what you've made. So go ahead, tell me now, what have you made? I'm having a sip of water because I'm talking so fast. My mouth is getting parched. Okay, so now, you ready? Preview your week ahead. Okay, here we go. And here in my chat group, tell me people, have you made a sprayer before? What did you put in your sprayer and where did you put it? Okay, so why do we preview our week ahead? This is kind of a crazy concept because I didn't do it before. What I used to do was I would go to the night before, I would look at my calendar for the following day, but I would never look 1 week ahead. And what I found that by previewing my week, I'm becoming much more effective because I can look at the ups and downs of the week. I can look at the days where I'm going to have some time to either study or concentrate, or I'm going to have quiet time, or I have a special meeting that I need to prepare for. Previewing the week ahead sounds like a really basic concept, but it was something that I personally was not doing, and I'm going to give you some very specific tips about what I'd like you to do for previewing your week. Here's the other thing. This is part 1. I'm going to give you more tips next week because previewing your week is such a big topic. Okay, when to do your weekly preview. You can do it on Friday night as your work week ends. And yes, your work week you should have some time in the week where you have a work weekend. Maybe it's Friday or maybe it's Saturday. You can do it Sunday night before the week begins, or you can do it Monday mornings as you start your week. My personal preference is Sunday night before the week begins because it takes me a while to put this together, especially in the beginning. I'm getting better at it, but some of my weeks are very busy and I don't want to give it short shrift. I want to make sure that I'm taking the appropriate amount of time to preview my week so that I'm making my targets for my quarterly goals. I'm working more or less now on what I'm calling a 12-week year. So instead of my year being 12 months, my year is now 12 weeks. So what does that mean? It means that if my year is 12 weeks, then my month is 1 week and my week is 1 day. And I know that sounds very complicated when you first hear it, but by compressing my time frames, I'm concentrated on what it is that I need to get done, and I'm also measuring my results. It's important, I think, for each and every one of us to have greater control over our actions than, and this is true, we have greater control over our actions than we do over our results. Our results are created by our actions, and that's why it's important for us to construct plans that are not only numbers-based, but identify specific critical activity. So the physical universe does not respond just to our desires, no matter how passionate or intense we are. The one thing that moves the universe is action. As we discussed in previous weeks, because I know you've been following this for a while, vision matters in that it defines the end game and the overall direction you want to go. Vision also provides the motivation to act. But vision without action is just a dream. It's the consistent action that turns a dream into reality. So my tip here is you want to make sure to schedule your weekly preview, put it on your calendar and block it out, because what gets scheduled gets done, and it can take up to 1 hour. Now, I don't know about you, but the way my week is scheduled, for the most part, Sunday is a day of rest and reflection. I go to Mass, I spend time with my family. At the end of that day, that's when I sit down. I also look at whether or not this Zoom class is prepared. I check my notes. I check my computer, is it charged? I try to make sure that when I wake up on Monday morning, everything is done. Because when I don't do that, that's when I wind up getting on this call late and I'm kind of frazzled. My hair isn't brushed. I'm running all over the place. Well, I want to make sure that I'm doing the work that I need to do in the time frame I have to do it. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 important steps. Step number 1, list your biggest wins from last week. It's important because it boosts your confidence. High achievers like us tend to focus on what they didn't get done instead of what they did. We're focusing on the gap. If we focus on the gap, it's going to ding your confidence so you don't feel so good about yourself. You want to focus on the gain, and then you feel gratitude and confidence, and it sets you up for a powerful week. Find your biggest wins in the daily pages of last week's calendar. So how do you find your biggest wins? You go back and you look, what did I do last week? What was really good? You're only finding 3 things. And for those of you pessimists out there, because I know a couple of you, what I don't want you to say is, oh, I had no wins last week. Everything was a disaster. You can find the smallest thing that you did last week, even if it was cooking a good meal for your family or making sure that you got to the gym. That can be a win. But I want you to get consistently in the habit of looking back and seeing the wins for you that you had for the week. And those wins will get bigger and bigger because it's going to be like a muscle that you build that gets stronger. So step number 1, list your biggest wins from last week. So as you're previewing your next week, you're listing your biggest wins first. Okay, so that's step 1. Step number 2, you're going to do your after action review. And you're going to ask yourself a few questions about last week. How far did you get on last week's big three? Now, if you've been following me for a while and if you've been following the goal setting call, you know that your big three are your top priorities for the week, whatever they may be. For this week, for me, it might be enrolling the last 2 people that I need to get to win all 3 oils. Or it could be putting in all my orders before the 15th because I have a big trip coming up. Then you want to also list what worked. Okay, was it concentration? Was it time blocking? What was the thing that worked for you that helped you to achieve your big 3 last week? Also, what didn't work? Because when we analyze these types of things, we get better and we begin to say to ourselves, I see, what did I do? So for example, one time during the summer, I had planned a lot of meetings back to back that required a lot of driving. And while in the car, I do try to listen to podcasts. And 1 or 2 of the trips that I had, I actually had a companion in the car, someone from the team, and we were able to strategize, but they also really got me very, very tired. Now, in this particular instance, I didn't have a choice, but the 3rd time I did it, I realized the 3rd meeting could have been moved. It could have been moved to the following week. But just that intense driving back and forth, each one of the trips was about 2 hours out and 2 hours back. And that can be very draining. And so when you go to focus or concentrate, and certainly if you include the time in there for the meeting, you wind up with not a lot of free time. And it also breaks down the entire week. So when you have 3 big events like that in one single week, in a week that only really has 5 or 6 work days, you've used up at least half of the week in driving and meetings. Well, where's your time to contact your team, to make new appointments, to enroll people? Your week is becomes shortened. And so you want to make sure that you're looking at the things that didn't work so that you don't repeat them. You need to learn from your actions. You also need to list what are you going to keep doing, improve, stop, or start doing based on the above. So what are the things you might keep doing? You might keep making more phone calls on Mondays because you're very motivated. You might improve the way you make your phone calls by having a better headset available to you. All of those things are going to make you a better professional. You might want to start making phone calls on a certain day or stop making phone calls on a certain day, but you're looking at each one of your actions so that you're analyzing your own progress and your own abilities. The goal is to get incrementally better at achieving your weekly big 3. So when you set up your big 3, you're actually getting to them and achieving them. So I have my big 3 for this week. Number 1 is I'm putting together, I have someone who wants to join doTERRA, but it's a fairly complicated situation, and I've been meeting with them regularly. This is my week to finish up and get them enrolled and help them to clearly understand the compensation plan. So that's my one of my big 3. My second one is to pull together some items that I need for a trip that's coming up, but also going to be complicated because I have to pack both professional items and personal items. I want to make sure that each one of those things are coming together well. And then the third thing is I'm actually taping some videos, and the videos are going to be for a course that I'm attending and sponsoring in November, first week in November, November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And so that's another one of my big 3. So to get through those videos, I also have to have my scripts ready. I have to be ready to be on camera. So those are my big 3 for this week. Each day, as I go through my work, I want to look back at my big 3. Am I doing something today that's going to advance me in my big 3? And I want everybody also, take a deep breath. This is a learned skill. You will get better at it. So I want to just send that message. This is not something that you're going to do perhaps overnight. You are going to get better at it. And your big 3 can be anything. Don't have to be my 3. They don't have to be all work. They can be different big 3s. Okay, and step number 3, I want you to do a list sweep. Now, this is something that we don't tend to do, and I think this is how things get dropped through the cracks. We make little pieces of paper all over our house or our office with little notes, and we have different notebooks. So what I'm going to ask you to do is when you do your weekly preview to pick up all of those little papers and start recording them in what I'm calling a task manager. Okay, so a task manager can be anything. It can be a notebook that you keep where you basically recopy everything into the notebook, and you'll get more and more confident with actually carrying the notebook with you. And each time somebody asks you something, make a notation and jot it down in a notebook so that you get things done. The other thing you can use is you can use an electronic task manager. We're going to talk about that at the bottom of this page. So the three things you're going to put on your list are deferred tasks. Number one, add any tasks you didn't complete to your tasks manager. That's the stuff you didn't get to yet. So if your, I don't know, your sister asked you to please pick up a baby gift for your niece, your new baby niece, and you didn't get to it yet, you got to carry that over from last week to this week. This is the thing we used to call a to-do list, but now we're going to call it a task manager, okay? Task manager. Number two are your delegated tasks. Did you give somebody else a job and you need to find out, did they do it? You want to add any unassigned tasks or desired status updates to your task manager. So for example, do you work with an assistant? Does your assistant need to send out an email for you this week? If you haven't assigned it yet, you want to add that to your task manager and make sure it has your assistant's name next to it. If it's something that you already delegated, you want to make sure, did your assistant already get to it? Now, your assistant can be anyone. It can be your kid. It can be your housekeeper, your helper. It doesn't have to be an executive assistant that works for you full time. It can be anyone that's working with you and helping you, but you have to keep track of their tasks as well, my friend, because that's all part of your success in getting the things done you need to get done. Number three are your daily notes. Add any assignments, errands, or action items to your task manager. Did you write something on a scrap of paper? This is where you're going to go back and gather it all up and get it into one place. Okay, and then last but not least, a task manager can be a notebook, or it can be an electronic system. I happen to use and love Trello. It keeps my tasks managed. It's also free up to a certain point. You can get a professional version. But the free version has worked fine for me for many, many years. Another system is Nozbe. There's also Asana, also Evernote, and I think Evernote also has a free version up to a certain point. Nozbe and Asana, I don't think have a free version. They may have a free trial, but you want to use something that's going to keep your tasks organized. In this day and age, in 2019, there is no reason why all of us as busy professionals can't keep our stuff organized. You want to be free to focus on the things that are really going to move the needle for you. So I hope this really helps you. And I don't know if I have one more slide. Here we go. So next week, we're going to talk about how your goals drive your weekly tasks, and we'll review what will or should happen in the week ahead so that your goals become a reality. So I'm giving you a little bite-sized version of what I do in the goal setting weekly class, if you'd like to join us tonight. So for those of you who are in the United States, it's going to be 8:30 p.m. tonight, Eastern Daylight Time. If you are joining us from Southeast Asia or anywhere in Asia, it's going to be tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m., and you'll be receiving an email. If you haven't received an email, stay tuned. The one for tonight gets released in about 20 minutes from now. If you don't get anything within the next 20 minutes, then please send me a quick email. You can send me a message through Facebook Messenger, and I'll make sure that your email is added. Now, okay, follow Elena Jordan on Facebook and Instagram. This is a great place for you to find out everything that's going on within the team. We're constantly updating and putting news, and want to make sure that you're there. Here's the last thing I want to mention to you. Several of you have asked to become to be added to the Oil Camp alumni page. If you have not gone through Oil Camp, I can't add you to the Oil Camp alumni, but it's super easy to go through Oil Camp. Please join us. please check your Facebook Messenger, because everyone who requested that has not gone through Oil Camp yet received an invitation. You just need to click on the invitation and hit going, and we'll be adding you in right away. Oil Camp starts for August today, so I'd love to see you in Oil Camp. The other thing that I want to make sure is that you're actually getting your friends and colleagues in Oil Camp. So send us a message if you want to add anybody to Oil Camp. It's a great way to learn some terrific basics and to find out about community, and then to get put into a Facebook page that's a private Facebook page that's a lot of fun and has a lot of community going on. Okay, don't forget convention. It's coming up soon. Global Convention, if you're not already registered, is between the 10th and the 13th in Salt Lake City, Utah. I know some of you may be saying, but there's no tickets available. There's always tickets available at the end. Someone decides they don't need to go, or they can't go, or something happens. So stay tuned. We're definitely going to have some extra tickets if you want to go. If you're going, I will see you there. I will definitely be there. I can't wait. I know we have a lot of people walking the big stage this year, and I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to see everybody in person. And last but not least, if you absolutely cannot make it, please consider the live streaming, and you can find that by just Googling. And this is from my webpage, and you just go to Elena Jordan and tap on events. You can find this, and then you can click on more information or register now and see what's available to you. So those things are all wonderful. Okay, remember, you are amazing. I didn't make a slide for this, but I wanted to tell you we have some big news. Actually, let me finish this part of the presentation, and then I'll type it in, actually. So remember, you are amazing. No matter what I tell you, no matter what I do, doesn't matter. What matters is that you're showing up here, and that we're together, and that we're able to be in service to one another. And I'm so very proud of you. I'm so happy that you're here, and I love to see your smiling faces each and every week. Have a wonderful week, and thank you for being here. Okay, everyone. So we have some very exciting news. Whoops, there we go. We have some very exciting news. I will be back in Southeast Asia on the 21st of August. Yes. So I will be leaving the United States on the 20th of August, arriving in Singapore on the 21st. I will be at the leadership event in Kuala Lumpur on the 23rd and 24th, returning to Singapore on the 25th. And then I'll be there 2 more days and then back home. So it's not a really super long trip, but I will see all of you. I can't wait to see you. I think it's going to be really exciting. We had a good turnout today. And I just wanted everybody to know that I'm going to see you very soon. One last thing, I'm hoping to be back in Southeast Asia one more time towards the end of the year, and then I'll be making a trip probably to the Philippines and Vietnam. So if you're around and you're looking to connect with me, please connect with me now, when I'm going to be there in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, 15 days. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll be there in 15 days. So I can't wait to see you. Okay, everybody. So let me take a look at your messages. I would love to visit to the Philippines. Thank you. Oh, someone says that Caroline says that she made a lavender linen spray. That's really nice. May I know this recipe is for how much milliliter spray bottle? Angel, can someone tell me 8 ounces of spray bottle equals how many milliliters? It's like 1/4 liter, Angel. You're going to have to get that, if somebody knows or has a calculator, if they can calculate it and type it in for Angel. Benjamin says that he uses clove, peppermint, lemongrass, purify, and tea tree for a spray. Wow. Okay. That must be really spicy, but I bet it smells great. Betty says that she uses a spray to clean her fridge and kitchen top. On Guard lemon and peppermint. Oh, I like that one. Susan says she uses oregano to clean her washing machine and clothes. Wow, just a few drops right in the washing machine? That's really cool. I have to say, I love oregano, but I don't know. I guess it would be great, right? Why not? Pillow spray of lavender, wild orange, and cedarwood. Yes, totally yummy. Peppermint and oregano, says Angie in her sprayer. Tea tree and peppermint for my rock climbing shoes. Oh my gosh, I have to try that for my son. His shoes, his sports shoes are killing me. When I go out in the garage, I can't even go out there anymore. It's so smelly. Let's see. Spray or wash a mouthwash during the last time when my daughter was sick with colds and who's this? Iris says, On Guard, Melaleuca, lavender, and peppermint. I sprayed it in her room and sanitized, and she used it as her throat spray. Wow, I wonder how old your daughter is, but okay. That sounds like a really good one. Oil camp, yes. Those of you who have been through oil camp, you know that it's great. How can we send an invite to our downline to oil camp? You have to email me and send me their emails, and then we will email them. Oil camp, I'll be in Italy, okay. How to join oil camp, send me an email if you want to join oil camp. Interesting, yep, okay, thank you, yay. See you at leadership training, Benjamin, okay. Useful tips for planning our week. Okay, so it sounds like all of you got something out of today. Did you like the tips for planning your week? Or did you think, oh my gosh, Elena, you're giving us too many things to do? Chat and tell me in the chat. Was it good? Or you can just give me a thumbs up. Did I give you good things to do? Or you think it was like, ugh, sick of that? Swen B, I'm going to see you in Malaysia. I can't believe it. I can't wait. Okay, great. Okay, so our winners today are going to actually win, because it blends well with rosemary. They're going to win a rose roll-on. Remember, folks, this is now called your luxury call. And so we're getting some really cool prizes, which, as I said, hopefully will arrive in Singapore soon. And the winners are today, okay, our winners today are, whoop. Winners today of the Rose Roll-On are Benjamin Liu and Jasbir Kaur. Benjamin Liu and Jasbir Kaur, you are the winners of the Rose Roll-On. How many of you are going to be in Kuala Lumpur? Will I see you there? Give me a thumbs up if you're going to be there. Angel says yes. Okay, Benjamin. Yay. Okay. Congratulations, Benjamin. Anyone else? Caroline, great. We're going to pack the house, right? It's going to be terrific. Samantha, Hannah, okay. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see you. I haven't seen anybody in so long, and I haven't been in Malaysia. I want to say 2.5 years at least. So it's been a while. I've been in Singapore back and forth. I've been to the Philippines a couple of times, but I haven't been to Malaysia. I can't wait. I can't wait to eat food on the giant palm leaf. So excited. Okay, my friends. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you so much for being with me. We're going to have one more. Actually, we will have 2 more. Let me just look at our, hold on. Let me look at our calendar for a second. Oops. No, we will have 2 more, 2 more Zoom classes. The 3rd Zoom class, I'm not sure. I may have a substitute. And we will, but I'll make sure that everybody knows that well in advance. And we'll be announcing the remainder of the classes for August, as we always do, on the WhatsApp chat group. So stay in contact with the WhatsApp chat group so you can see what's going on. Have a wonderful week, everyone. And thank you so much for having been here. Bye-bye now.